Alright, so I did a video recently on how to clear Infinity Ultron. People were asking for tips, so I had another request on that video from NkoDmtryPoletv, or Poletv. I don't know how to pronounce the name, I apologize, but basically said, hi there, my name is Nico, can you also upload how to clear Gorr? So let's go ahead and give a Gorr clear. So since I've already done my clears for the day, I'm going to go ahead and pop on over to Gorr and do this as a training mission. We'll probably leave this on the higher side, so hopefully we can get some of the attacks, but I will point out some of the things to keep an eye out for. So I'll use Doctor Strange, why not? Doesn't really matter who you use. There's team options are separate. I just want to talk about his attacks, what to watch out for, things to avoid, and all of that good stuff. Now, there is a build-up he'll do where he'll go into like a darkness mode. You want to try to avoid that if possible. If you can skip that, you're in better shape. Obviously, you can't always skip that, so you want to try to survive it. So, to begin with, he's going to do a dash. You'll notice the red slash. There is a pattern to his attacks. A couple normal attacks. I'm moving around a little bit. I want to try to get him to do his attacks. All the red ones, you can pretty much dodge. So, there's the purple splash. Again, anytime you see purple on any world boss ultimate, you just move out of the way of that. So after he does that purple slash, come on, where's your combo? I'll show you this big combo to keep an eye out for most of the time. Here we go. That wave slash, when he does that like fan wave half circle slash, he will always follow this with a dash and then a jump up drop down. The jump up drop down almost always takes out characters. It's a one shot, especially on the higher stages. Again, if you're not beating him down, this bar below his life with the sword will get him into that darkness mode, which I'm going to let him do so I can show you how to get out of it. But keep an eye out for this 3 attack slash. And then he's going to always drop. That one where he's, I guess it's technically him erupting from the ground, isn't it? I always thought it was a drop from the sky. That 3 move attack will take out most people. So, big purple splash, fan attack followed by a straight purple, and then a splash up from the ground, which will pretty much one-shot you. So once he does that fan attack, start moving around so you can avoid being hit. Now I'm going to start beating on him a little bit so I can heal up and not die here. Oh, wow. Okay, apparently I'm going to one-shot him. That's fun. I was going to try to let him get into that shadow phase, so we'll go ahead and try that again after we at least do the second half. So once you have him beaten down all the way, he goes into the second half. This second half, he's going to start out with this pattern here. So check this out. So he's going to come to the center, and he's going to do 4 bursts after these purple explosions. Stay out of them. He's going to do 3. So there's like the 4 different purple attacks. He does all the little mine explosions. Just move away from those. Then he's going to do 3. So if you run into a circle, you can avoid those. Then he's going to drop down on top of you. So here is 1, 2, and 3. After those 3, and they're bubbles, so you just go in a circle and keep moving. If you need to stay tighter to him, if your character is slower, you can. Just stay out of their path. And then he's going to fall on you. So what I typically like to do is run to a corner, and then as he's disappearing, run back to the center. So I'll go up here to the corner, and then I'll run this way, and you see the plus. So as long as you keep and pay attention to these little arms here and don't stand on them, you can survive that. So again, running into the corner, it gives you a lot of room to move around. Just keep an eye out for the plus, and then you kind of, again, start beating down on him. And I couldn't show you anything else because, yeah, I'm going to try a different character so I don't kill him as quickly. And we'll try that again. So those are, hopefully that helps a little bit. Let me get this next couple here. So again, training mission. Let's see. Of course, everyone's unavailable here. That's fine. We'll just switch to a different character. Hopefully I'll be able to not beat him up quickly enough to keep him out of the shadow phase. So we'll see, again, a couple of those attack patterns, and I'll just avoid them, staying alive and pointing them out as we go. And then we'll show you in the shadows what you pretty much want to do. Because he's going to have his minions, and you typically want to take out his minions, especially in the second half. So I'm going to switch over here to Mysterio. So slash slash. Again, here's the big purple circle that's going to come in a second. right here. Just walk out of that. Now he's going to do his fan attack here in a second. After his attack and pull. Where's his fan? There's his fan. Straight attack, and then he drops. So move. And again, I keep saying drop, but he's shooting up from the ground there. Like I said, I didn't really pay attention to the animation. But that 3 combo will take you out. So pay real close attention, I guarantee. If you're dying a lot, especially in the early stages of Gorr, that's what's taking you out. Alright, let that bar build. Again, purple means you can't dodge it. You'll see that the outside arena, the darkness is coming in, and the circle's getting smaller and smaller. Oop, I just lost one of my characters. Fun times. Alright. So now, we have him jumping to the center and having the darkness all around him. This is all about basically beating him until it's like the bar on the bottom says encroaching shadows. This is pretty much going to one-shot your character. It's a slow countdown. You have to beat the crap out of all of his minions and clear them quickly enough to get him stunned. If not, it takes out your character. So focus on quick attacks or ones that allow you to move. If you're too stationary in a long combo, it is going to keep you from clearing them quickly. So doing like a quick splash attack or even normal attacks to take them out, you want to be constantly on the move so you can get them all. So after the first 3, there's going to be another, I think, 4 in total that pop down. See how the screen's cracked and it's still dropping? Here's the next wave. There we go. There's the... Oh, okay, there's 5. So I guess there's 4 and 5. So if you can try to stay towards the center and move around quickly, take him out. There you go. Now he's stunned for a second. If not, like I said, you want to switch to a character that you don't want to lose. But that's how you're getting him out of the shadow phase, is taking out those minions. Again, they're announcing where they're attacking. Just don't stand in it. Move out of the way so you don't get taken out. Alright, so now I guess we'll go ahead and get him down to his next phase. I gotta be careful here, because this is gonna clear him real quick. Do I want to let... Yeah, let's have him do a couple of his attacks. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch. So these are the first half of eruptions here. There's not as many. The second half, after you get his bar all the way down, so you get clear his hit point bars, you get him to the second phase, there's much more. So you can, of course, get rattled around here. Again, watch out for these combos. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute, that's usually a second half. Oh, he is doing that now, and then the plus. Okay, so that's the second half. Thought he did those eruptions towards the beginning. Alright, we're just going to move around for a little bit. Pay attention to how he's moving, how he's attacking again. The splash. The splash, as you noticed, he does that red slash. He comes around and attacks for a while. Then he does the splash. Then he should usually do the 3 bars out that he pulls back in. Let's see, where are they at? There they are. Well, there's more than 3 this time, but he shoots them out and pulls them back. Just stay away from that. Now here's that fan, straight attack, and eruption from the ground. So again, just look at that pattern and pay attention to that pattern so you can take him out as quickly as possible. Every single world boss is like this. There is a pattern, and if you know the pattern, you can survive it. Alright, so now we're in the second half. There'll be more eruptions here, and he'll do those 3 bubble attacks after the eruption, so just kind of move around. You can switch characters if you don't want to lose them, because if you get juggled into a corner, you're kind of SOL, and sometimes it's unavoidable. So again, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then stay to the corner, look for the plus, and just stay off the plus. And now you can start beating down on him. His minions will start popping up, and they'll do those purple attacks. So sometimes I will advise... Oops, see, that's that purple attack and eruption from the ground there. I should have been paying attention to that combo. They can take you out. Look how much damage they're doing. So if you go to those minions and focus on them, he'll come to you, so you can get him inside of the attacks while you're beating up on his minions. His minions will keep coming back. If you leave one, it gets rough. So I like to target the minions and then, again, have him come towards me. Every so often, he is going to do this huge attack with his minions, and they'll be like... It's like a giant pie with a slice cut out, and you have to move into the open area and space. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him to do that. I'm trying to force him into doing it. Okay, there's that 3 attack. Boom, from the ground. Always follows up that 1 slash with the eruption from the ground. So as long as you're avoiding those, you're usually in good shape. I don't know if his minions are going to come back or not. There we go. So there's his minions. I'm going to switch so I can survive a little bit easier. There's 4 of them here. Let's see if I can get him to do the big attack. There you go. There's that 3 attack again, and then the ground. Again, look out for the combos. Come on. Do the big attack. I don't know if I'm going to be able to force him to do it or not. But I got plenty of time. Oh, from the ground again. Always that straight purple slash is followed. There we go. There's a... We should be getting close. Or not. How many does he have now? He's got 5 of them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him to do it. Alright. But again, with the big purple attacks here, all I'm doing... There we go. That right there. See how the whole ground is red and there's like a slice of pie out of there? It is a red attack. Just stay in the open area over here. Whenever the purple splashes are happening, you walk outside of those. If the little straight crisscrosses like asterisks are happening, you just keep moving, and when they fire, then you can go back to attacking. So it's just it's kind of like a waiting game to a certain degree. And like I said, I usually will hug one of the bad guys as they come up, so Gorr comes towards you, and you can take out both together. So hopefully those tips help out. If they did, leave comments below. That's pretty much the advice I have for trying to clear out Gorr. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.